most serious person on air, and he's loved and hated in the same equal measures by some of you. Who am I talking about? Eric Njoka. Welcome, Njoka.
Thank you very much for having me, Sarah.
You're welcome. You're wondering why I'm having Njoka today. Have you ever thought, who is Njoka off air? Don't worry, I'm here to tell you who is Njoka when he's not on your television.
Who is Njoka when I'm not on television? That's a very interesting way to start. First of all, thank you very much for having me here.
You're welcome.
It's pretty hard for me to get interviewed and to participate in such interviews because I'm mostly on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm mostly on your side doing the interviewing. So who is Njoka when he's not on air? Njoka, I think, is a very charismatic person. He's a loner.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you didn't know that, but I'm more of a loner. But when I'm in public, I talk a lot, and I think I talk a lot to practice my tongue, to practice what I say before I go on air. So since I've been doing this for 10 years, it's in me. It's now in my blood. It's in me. So when I'm outside, when I'm not on air, when I'm not in my element, I tend to be very playful. I tend to be very charismatic. I tend to be very. I'm more of a traveler. I tend to read a lot. I tend to have time for myself.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying I'm more of a loner because I'm not used to making friends that much. So I think that's one of my downfalls, I think. I don't know.
You just say that you've been doing this for 10 good years.
Yeah, going to 11 actually.
When someone looks at you, you look very young.
Do I?
Yes, you look young.
I don't think I don't think I look young, but I feel and I want the other person or the person who doesn't know me to think that I am young.
Let's start with this.
Okay.
Since who is Njoka? Where did you grow up? How was your childhood?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Njoka was born in Nakuru and I grew up in Nakuru before I moved to Kiambu when I was in class 8.
Yeah.
So my life now began in class 8 and in Kiambu, and to be specific, in Gedongori. So I went through my school and I finished school, and my dad was very strict, authoritarian. He was a very serious dad. So that's where you get the serious look. So
Okay.
that's where I got the serious look from. So my dad sort of wanted us to work for him, and I know pretty much most people know this, that I've worked in a morgue. Yes, I have worked in a morgue.
Because I was wondering when you said he
No, no.
wanted you to work for him.
No,
Where?
he built a morgue. His idea was to build a hospital in our area in Gedongori, but I think he thought, wait a minute, death occurs every day, so we have to build something that will benefit the people who live in Gedongori, because people in my area used to go far, like they'll come to Nairobi, they'll go to places like Kiambu itself,
Yeah.
they'll go to some place called Kigumo, which is a distance.
Okay.
So he decided, well, let me just set up a mortuary. I don't want to think about what people would say about it. I really don't care what people will say about it, but let me just put it up and set it up and see if it will be welcome.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, having a morgue in your village, people will be like, you want people to die so that your business
I
can
know.
prosper.
That was the first thing that many people said when he set up that mortuary.
Okay.
And to make it even worse, it was set up in our home state. It was not set up like away from home. Our home is here and the mortuary is just a distance away.
Wait, how old were you?
I was turning 18.
Oh, you at least.
Yeah, I was turning 18, so my dad, like I said, was very strict. So even when we were going for holidays or recess in school, in high school, we used to go to the farm and we used to work in the farm, plant tea and kuangalia ng'ombe, hizo stories zote.
Wait,
So,
anyone else watching this? Does Njoka look like the kind to farm?
I actually don't look like, but when I'm in that element, I'm a different person,
Totally
because
different.
I give it my all. And I think that's what my dad saw, and he was like, you know what, I want you to be the lead when you go to the farm. I want you to be the lead when you're with your stepbrothers. Yes, and by the way, I'm from a polygamous family.
Okay.
So
I was just about to ask you, how many are you in your family?
Okay. We'll go back to the mortuary story in a bit.
Yeah.
But I was born in a polygamous family. I have 5 moms, to
Wow.
be precise. I have 5 moms. So you can count the number of siblings that we are. Can you guess?
20?
Pretty close, actually, 21.
I'm that good.
Yeah. Actually, we are 21, and in my family alone, we are 6.
Wow.
Yeah, we are 6. I'm the katikati one. The katikati one.
And they say the
sister.
katikati ones ndio stubborn.
I'm the stubborn na nini. I was actually stubborn, a little stubborn when I was growing up, because I used to tease my mom a lot, and I think that's why we became best of friends. My mom is not with us now. My dad is also not with us now, and I'm stuck with my siblings, and my siblings are, I think, my greatest support, because they're the ones who actually tell me when I falter. They're the ones who actually know when I'm in my lowest moments, and they come to my rescue, because they are the ones that I depend on. So the reason why I am like this, when I'm on air, I'm a serious looking person, I'm professional, and I am straightforward, and I'm stern, and I'm all that with my work, is because I need to protect them. Who used to work for K24 TV, an old man, but he was liking this Eric Njoka in silence.
Wow.
He never showed it. He never indicated
The 5
anything.
months you
Nothing.
were, yeah?
He never showed anything. He was just saying hello, hi. That's it. So I go to his office, and I'm like, my internship is over, and I really need to go back to school. I need to finish my course, and I really need to get my papers.
Okay.
So he goes like, no, I don't think that is possible. In fact, I want you on air. It was on a Monday. I remember very well. It was on a Monday. I want you on air on Wednesday. What do you mean on air? I've never been on air. The only thing I've done is I've reported, but I've never been on air. So what are you talking about? Yes, I want you to be my lunchtime news anchor, and I also want you to be my business anchor. Ironically, Simriti Vidyat was a business anchor at K24 TV during my time. It was the time of Jeff Koinange and The Bench and Capital Talk and stuff. So I eventually said no, but he insisted, even called my mom, telling her, by the way, we are not letting your son go.
Wait, who says no?
I don't know. You see, at that time, I was naive, I guess. I think I was very naive, and I really wanted to finish my school and stuff, and I really wanted to get my papers so that I'm confident that when I go somewhere else, I will get a job opportunity, and I'll work.
Yeah.
Fast forward, my mom was like, you know what, you do what you have to do. If he doesn't have to go back to school, write to the school, tell them that he's not going to go to school and not going to go back. And I was like, no, I need to go back to school. So this guy was like, by the way, I am the final word. I am the final say here. So you're going to go on air on Wednesday. You go find a suit. I have spoken to your mother. Your mom will sort you out. Go buy a suit. Go get a suit, and then come back here, and then you'll be on air on a Wednesday. And we've written to your school, and we've requested them to give you a year off, actually off school. And I was like, wait. He was like, there's no not. By the way, hapa kuna story ingine.
So you never went to go back to school?
No, I never went back to school. What happened is I took that break for a year, and yes, I worked for K24 for 1 year and a half, almost 2 years. But I did go back to school eventually to get my degree.
Yeah, so don't think at Njoka hana.
Yes. No. I did go back to school to get my degree. Never graduated, but I got my documents. Then I was fired.
Wait,
in K24.
so how was Wednesday came? You went on air. How was that? How was
freaky,
the feeling?
Scary, freaky. I hated it. I hated every moment.
Why?
Because there is no rehearsal. That I did not do any rehearsal. I did not.
You were
honest
just
to God,
thrown under the bus.
I was just, quite literally, because I was just told, by the way, this is how you anchor the news. There's this prompter. I knew all that, but it was not in my system. So I just decided, you know what? I've been through a lot, and I've seen it all. I've done this in school, so what could go wrong? And I think the first day and the first time I was told, you're wrong. The nerves just broke. I was so nervous. I trembled, I shook, I sweat. I did this, I was just not me. But I don't know how I actually read the whole news.
Because
without a flinch.
I want to know what is that memorable thing you remember from that day, the first day you were on air.
I stumbled on my name.
Wow.
I think the first thing I can remember is stumbled on my name, because it was I don't know what it was called then. I don't know what the news was called then, but if I can remember, I introduced the news very well, and then I said, I'm like that. I actually stuttered 3 times. I'm Eric. The good thing with that is that it was a recorded news.
Oh.
So the director said, you know what, I'm going to go with that stumble. I am not caring, even if you stutter the whole news, I will go with that. If you're not taking it again, I will just go with that. It's your first day. People have to notice that it's your first day. So you have to do something that will make them watch. And they did, because they were asking, huyu ni nani mwenye anakosea paka jina yake?
So it went on air like that?
It actually went on air like that. And then my boss, or the CEO then, Rose Kimotha, was like, who is this that we put on air who doesn't even know his name and stuff like that? And in fact, my editor was the one who told her, you know what, I think that is what now makes him him. Because he's on air and everyone is watching and everyone is asking, hey, mbona amestumble jina yake? You now remember his name. Don't you remember his name?
Yeah. Wow.
So it was two-sided. It was a bad thing, but also brought good.
Okay.
Because after that, that's when I started now doing, more of the news, lunchtime news. Nobody would watch K24 then. I think people really did hate K24 then. Nobody watched.
Hate is such a strong word.
Dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they disliked K24 then, and they still do. Small number of them, but it grew. I grew myself, and I told myself, you know what? It's you and the world. It's not you and K24. It's now you and the world. whoever wants to watch you will watch you. If whoever doesn't want to watch you, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I became an instant celebrity in my home, because my dad now started appreciating my career and the job that I do, because before then he didn't see any career opportunities, and he didn't see any worth in doing journalism.
Yeah, because I was wondering when you were saying your dad started appreciating, it's like before he wasn't for the idea.
Never. He was never for the idea.
What did he want you to be?
He wanted me to be so many things. He wanted me to be a soldier. I used to cook a lot when I was, I still do. Yeah. I still do.
We will challenge him one of these fine days.
Well, I still do. The only thing that I've struggled over the years to learn how to cook is chapati. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But he wanted me to be a chef. He wanted me to be a doctor. He wanted me to be a lawyer. He wanted me to be a soldier. He wanted me to be a prison commander or something.
Wow.
So he had careers for me, and he wanted me to choose among those that he had listed, because almost all of his sons and daughters were one of those things that he had, indicated there. And I said no. I was the first one to say, you know what? No. I'm going to do what I want to do, because I cannot be a soldier because I don't want to be a soldier. I cannot be a chef because I will cook for myself, but I'll not cook for people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a doctor because I hate blood. And I used to tell him that. I don't want to be this because I hate this. I don't want this to be this because I hate this. I want to be a journalist because I've been talking about TV since I was a little boy. And you know that. I actually made him buy us a television set when we were in Nakuru when I was young, very little. I was very young. I think I was 7 years. And I insisted he has to buy us a television. I think the first television set that I watched in a great one, in a black and white.
Yeah.
Tulinunuliwa just because of this one. Anataka tu kuona TV. Anataka tu kukua kwa TV. So eventually I grew that anataka kukua kwa TV to become reality, and it became reality. And I was like, okay, fine. Wow. This is life.
So after you being on air for the first time, or for the first few months, you go back to Githongori. How was it like? How are people treating you?
At first, they were wondering. They still do till today. They're wondering, is this the guy we see on TV? I think I get that a lot. Is this the guy we see on TV? Is this that those I get that a lot from people. I think people really just because of what you say, my serious look. Yeah. People fear.
Expect or
no, not even expect. They actually fear coming to say hello.
Wow.
They're like, oh, who can come at tuchapa?
Because I'm wondering, do you ever walk on the streets or in the streets, and then someone sees you and they say hi, stop you? How do you handle that? Because I'm sure you're human. You have your bad days.
I have my bad days and I have my good days, and ironically, or the most strangest thing is that when I go to the streets and it's my bad day, that's when I get so many people to say hi. That's when I get so many people to say hi. Oh, they're like, oh, niaje Njoka, niaje Eric, oh, niaje Mr. K24. You get that sort of recognition, and whatever you are feeling, if you're feeling so bad and you're feeling pathetic about yourself, you sort of smile and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
I am not a person who really is into, people recognizing you or appreciating you or glorifying you, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I tend to ignore it. In fact, if you do not notice me, if you do not recognize me, if you do not see me, I'm on the moon. I'm over the moon, by the way. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh yes, hakuna mtu ananijua hapa. Thank you. If I go to conferences and nobody notices who you are and stuff like that. In fact, my attention itakuwa sasa uko juu.
Wow.
Kwa sababu I don't want this and I think it's where I've placed myself. It's you don't have to be appreciated and you don't have to seek validation, because I think very many stars or celebrities or TV wannabes or celebrity wannabes want that validation, that oh, we saw you on Instagram, oh, we like you on Instagram, we like you on Facebook, we like you on TV, we like you in the movies, we like you in the music, we like you in the news. That sort of validation sasa inawapatia kichwa ngumu. And Kenyans, I think that's our weakness. We sort of validate people, but at the same time, when we are validating these people, we forget about ourselves. So when you forget about yourself and then you elevate this human being and elevate him or her to the heights that he's not supposed to be, then that's why you get celebrities who are hot-headed. You get celebrities who are, they don't care about other people.
There's no people.
That's it. You get celebrities who really do not give a hoot about how other people live. If you live in deplorable conditions, ask your life. I don't care about you. So I think that's why when I've grown up in this industry, I've come to learn that it's first you have to appreciate yourself. You have to really look into yourself before people start appreciating you. And if people appreciate you, take it in. It's okay. Just take it in. But don't take it in so much to the extent you forget yourself. You just put yourself outside there. People go like, by the way, jamaa ameanza kuwa na maringo siku hizi. Huyu jamaa ameanza kuwa na kichwa ngumu. Huyu jamaa amesijui nini. They don't see you. They see your character.
And that's really bad.
It is not acceptable. You don't have to show your character off. Just keep your character. There's some people who never smile, but when they meet people outside there, they have the most beautiful smile. They have the biggest smile on earth, and you do not get to know their problems, because they face a myriad of problems. They face a lot of challenges in their life and challenges in their family and with their family, but they don't want to show you that.
Okay, fast forward. How did you lose your job first?
How did I lose my job first? I lost my job twice. So the first time, it was crazy. The first time I was in K24 then, and we did an advert for a competitor TV station, and that was Radio Maisha, which was being launched. So the producer of that advert actually lied to us. She was like, oh, by the way, you know what, you guys, I have a deal for you. I'm going to give you 50,000, or I'm going to give you, was it 50,000? Yeah, 50,000.
And that was quite an amount.
That was a lot of money. Was it 50,000? Yeah, why not?
Just for a photo shoot?
Exactly. She actually told us, we are going to do a photo shoot and I'm going to give you 50,000, and 50,000 is going to do this and this and that. And we're like, oh, 15 Guanese, manze.
Wait,
we have
Njoka, never. Sheng.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
In fact, I really want to do news someday in Sheng, but anyway, that's a story for another day. But, sasa tumeona sijui 50,000, sijui nini. But sasa hiyo 50,000 sijui mtawapatia, mtafanya sijui nini nayo, na hii ni photo shoot tu itaenda tu kwa gazeti. And we're like, okay, all right, gazeti zote. Yeah, gazeti zote. You guys don't mind. You pause. Sijui fanya hivi nini. I was with my producer, my news producer then.
Wow.
So I and my music producer fell into the trap. Went, did a photo shoot, and a week later
you got your 50 G's.
We got our 50 G's and we were so excited. In fact, some of us took leave so that we can go and celebrate 50 Guanese. But anyway, that leave was short-lived because we were called back to work. A week after we took the leave, called back to work. what is this emergency and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Go back to work and I find a furious Louis Otieno. Louis Otieno was the head of Anchors then.
Okay.
So I find a furious Louis Otieno holding a white envelope. And he goes like, why would you do that? Why would you? I'm like, okay, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? No, there was no what is it called? There was just Facebook, but there was no Twitter, there was no Instagram, there was no WhatsApp,
Snapchat and
there's
all
no
that.
Snapchat. So information was quite slow.
Yeah, because I'm wondering.
Quite slow.
You didn't see the papers
No,
or
no.
anything?
Actually, I had not read the newspaper. It was on the Standard, and I remember till today. It was on the Standard, and the first person to get the paper was the CEO. And the CEO was so mad, so angry, did not want an explanation, did not want anything. She just said, you know what, I don't want them back here anymore. They can go work for that Radio Maisha. They can go work for that Standard Group. We did not know.
Wow.
We were not consulted with nothing. So, firing letter, white envelope, Louis Otieno calls me on the corridor, tells me, by the way, the CEO is very angry, unakasirisha mama sana, you never do anything like that before, never ever do anything like that without consulting. So I was like, okay, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
So
All this time you've just known.
So the guy goes like, haujui na mko kwa advert, mko kwa page mzima ya newspaper. How silly are you? You don't read your newspapers. You don't really. Well, that was Louis for you.
Wait, so Njoka, you're telling us you were fired on the corridor. That's
Yep.
where you were given your letter.
Kwanza hata watu wanapita tu kwa corridor, mimi ninaongeleshwa tu hapa, naongeleshwa, nimetukanwa, nimefanywa nini, you know, I've never been fired before, so I still don't understand. It's not.
Because I'm wondering the reaction.
Yeah, because it's like
feeling?
I was dumbfounded. I was flabbergasted for starters. I was really shocked. I was like, why is he giving me a letter of resignation? It was actually written resignation, like I was forcibly told to resign.
Wait.
Yes. You getting it? Yeah, I know. You see that reaction? That's the same reaction I had. So I took the letter. I was like, okay, who am I going to call first? Am I going to call my dad? Am I going to call my friends? Am I going to call my editor? Who am I going to call?
Yeah.
So I just told Louis, who's the one who's giving me the letter, but hey, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
I was like, I really don't care. I really don't, really don't care. So wewe jisaidie.
Ouch, that's so painful.
Wewe jisaidie. I wish you all the very best. Najua tu utapata pahali, lakini wewe tu jisaidie kutoka hapa. I was like, okay, thank you very much. I didn't even go see the CEO and stuff like that. So the editor then, it was called John Mwendwa. He calls me. He's like, what's going on? I don't understand. I'm like, I've been fired, and I don't understand why. Fired because of what? Because of this. He had also seen the paper. Because of this. Are you serious? No. I'm going to talk to the CEO. I was like, no, don't. Wacha na hiyo story. Isa, wacha mimi tu niende. Maisha yangu itakuwa tu sawa. So I didn't want to call my mom. I didn't want to call my parents. I didn't want to call anyone at home. I just went to my friend's place. Just sat there. I think I even slept over. And I rarely sleep over at my friend's place. So my mom was worried and concerned. My phone is off. She thought I had died. I don't know what. So she started calling my relatives in Nairobi to look for me. And good thing is, a cousin of mine, really, I was very close to my cousin. So she knew where to find me.
Yeah.
And she found me. And I explained to her, and I was like, I've been fired and stuff like that. And I really don't know how to tell my parents. So she's like, that's very easy. Called, told them, by the way, this guy has been fired. So you're going to deal with that, na mutamtafutia job.
Wow.
Like, okay. hung up, go home. My mom is like, why are you fired? I explained to her and stuff like that. And she's like, look on the bright side. You got 50,000.
Yeah.
They've never paid you 50,000. They've never paid you 50,000.
Yeah.
It's even nothing close to your salary. You'll get another job, and I know you are the one who's going to look for that job. So start looking for that job now. So I started applying KTN. I applied KTN for months. I think it took me 2 months. And then KTN called me. I went again as an intern in KTN. Started off as an intern. And 1 month down the line, the editor was like, by the way, why am I making you an intern? Why you need to be employed?
Yeah.
Got my employment letter immediately. The CEO was like, I've seen him on K24, why is he not on air? Just like that. I don't know what's going on with my life.
So you always find yourself
I don't know.
on air just like that.
So the guy was like, I've seen him on K24.
Yeah.
Does he work for us? And in fact, I met the CEO, Nikiwa kwa lift. Nimestuka kwa lift. I've never seen him. I just heard about him. I've never seen him. His name was Paul Melly. So mi nimeingia tu kwa lift naenda nyumbani. I was like, hey, young man, are you working for us? Who is this guy?
Asking.
Who is this guy who's asking me? Nikamwambia, yes. Nikawa naangalia huku na naangalia mbele. But he looks like a boss, like he looks like a boss.
Yeah.
I don't know how to address him. Paka niko tu zile, I'm so shy, hata niko confused. Nikamwambia, yeah, I work for you. And it's like, oh, okay. Sawa, we'll meet tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Tomorrow comes, he comes to the office, comes to the newsroom. He's like, there's this young man I met yesterday. Got a lift for us. The editor goes like, yeah. In fact, I'm a sign you last week.
Yeah.
We want to see kama tutaanza kumweka on air. Then he's like, you want to see? No. There's nothing
You should
like you
have
want to
him on
see.
air.
He was on air on K24. Why is he not on air on KTN?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy is like, okay, now let me introduce you to Beatrice Marshall. Beatrice Marshall was the head of anchors. Beatrice Marshall was very rough. I don't know why, but she was just rough. It's like, okay, wait. Look at how you're dressed. At K24, how are you dressed? You need to revamp. You need to change. So fast forward, nikaleta manguo, I was dressed up, makeup. Use that one, KTN. That was it. Another journey began. KTN, nikafanya KTN for another 2 years. Then CCTV came calling. I went to CCTV. I worked for CCTV for 1 year, and I appreciate CCTV because I moved around Africa. I've been to so many African countries, but I've never been to the coast. I've never been to the Kenyan coast. Yes, I've never been to the Kenyan coast, but I have been around very many African countries. And I got the opportunity to meet very different cultures and very different people. Yeah. Then I went back to KTN after CCTV. Stayed there for 7 to 9 months. Then again, I was fired.
Why?
Now this was a very unique and weird story, but I'll make it short.
Okay.
The editor then, I don't know if I should mention his name or I should not mention his name, but the editor then really looked down upon me. It was like, okay, there's no talent here, there's no career here, this guy just has a voice and that's it. And he used to tell me, he used to berate me every time. He used to tell me, oh, by the way, you don't pay attention to detail, you don't do this, you don't do that. He used to fault me.
Wait,
quite a lot.
And you've been doing this for more than 3 years, I believe?
Yes. Not even 3, 4 years. Yeah, so he used to really berate me, really look down upon me, really, declassify me, because that's exactly what he was doing. But I did not think that he would take it further, to the extent that it went, because it was just one day. It was one Monday in August. I'm just walking into the newsroom as normal, and I'm told, by the way, you're not going on air today. Go see the HR. Okay, what's happening? No, just go see it. Go see the HR, and your editor is there, and just go see the HR. All right. So I go to the HR's office, and the HR even becomes more aggressive and rude towards me. I've never interacted with her, and I had never interacted with her before. So it was the first time I've interacted with her. Then she goes like, you know what? We've always wanted you off air. No, we've always wanted you off air. You really staccato a lot. You really make mistakes on air. You really do this, you really do that. I'm like, okay. Are you talking about the same person? Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about
someone else?
Have you confused me with someone else? They're like, no, we're talking about you. You make mistakes. You are a very bad co-anchor. You make your lady or your female anchors look so bad because you fumble a lot. You do this, you do that. I'm like, okay. So what is this meeting about? We want to terminate your contract with immediate effects. I'm like, okay. Why are you terminating my contract? And there was no prior warning. There was no prior warning. There was nothing to it. So they're like, no, we really want to terminate your contract with immediate effects. We feel like you're a burden to KTN. That's the words that she used. You're a burden to KTN. So I'm looking at them. I'm looking at this. I'm actually seated opposite my news editor then. And I'm just looking at him. He's looking down. He's not saying anything. He does not even want to look at me. He's on his pad, I don't know, scribbling stuff. And this HR just goes on and goes on and punches and punches and punches and punches. And at some point I just said, you know what?
Because that's really bad. You fire someone and you tell them all these words.
Yeah. As in, I was there, seated there. I was seated there.
Them.
You know, and this is, I think, this is a problem that we have in Kenya. We don't know what human resource really means. We are so bossy and we are so authoritarian, and we classify everyone else as just everyone else. So we'll talk to them the way we want and we feel like. We will look at them the way we want and feel like. We will classify them the way we want and feel like. And that's, I think, the problem with so many bosses in Kenya. It is not only a human resource problem, but it's a problem with all the bosses in Kenya, because they sort of belittle you and berate you and, declassify you. I like using that word because it's a reality. They declassify you, they put you in a certain class, and they want you to remain in that class because they are on top, so they can say anything. So eventually I was given a letter. It only had one sentence. We have terminated Eric Njoka's contract from this date. But it's due notification something. No reason was given for my termination. No reason was given or indicated on the letter for my termination. Later I came to find out that they just didn't feel me. Someone just tells you out of the blue, they just didn't feel you. They just didn't feel you. So I lost my job and I was jobless, quite literally jobless from my career for 7 months. So those 7 months I went back home and I went back to do what I used to do, and that is mortuary business, and it really sustained me. And at that time, I think I lost my parents. I had lost my parents, so I was just nile tu unajiweka tu, and that's why nasema my siblings, my brothers and sisters, they are the ones who actually kept me going, because they insisted, Papana, you can't keep working at the morgue, you really need to find a job, please apply. I became depressed, I became so weak, I became somebody else, I detached myself from people, and I became now alone. I'm still alone until today. I can't say I've changed. I'm trying to change, but I don't want to change. It's because I felt like the world or the earth had swallowed me, so I'm still stuck somewhere, and I'm trying to bring myself up. And that's why I think you see this serious looking face.
That's quite a journey.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot.
And we can stay here the whole day, talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we just want to find out probably your worst and your best moments on air.
Oh, you mean my most embarrassing moments on air?
Yeah.
Every day is an embarrassing moment to me. I don't know why. Every day is an embarrassing moment to me, because, when you go on air, you have to prepare yourself, you have to psych yourself, you have to, you have to strengthen yourself, you have to, embody yourself in someone else's body, or you have to become Sasha Fierce, as Beyonce says.
Yeah.
So it's, for me, when I go on air, the minute I'm told, or the countdown begins, so 3, 2, 1, you're on air, my nerves get to me, like every single time I am on air. You will never see.
Get used to, like, it just comes.
For me, what I show people on air is that, oh, this is natural. There's nothing. I don't fear anything. This is serious business. I have to do this.
Yeah.
But at the back of my mind and deep inside my heart, I'm like, oh no, can we get over and done with this? Yes. I really don't want this millions of people and thousands of people to watch me like this. Oh no. Oh, what if I fumble? What if I say a wrong word? What if this? I think the most embarrassing part was when I mistook an interviewee's name thrice, 3 times on air. Okay, it was not my mistake, but my editor brought in a guest. It was election time. It was actually election time. It was when we were choosing Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013.
Okay.
So guests were brought on set, brought on set, and I'm ready and stuff like that. And I had this thing, just do an interview, just go for it, just do an interview. But the names, I always have a problem with names and titles and stuff. So I fumbled and I mistook my guests' names, and I actually faltered on their names 3 times, and they got agitated and they got angry and they got pissed off, and I think he just had it. Just before we were about to end the interview, he says, oh, and by the way, I'm a very well-respected member of parliament for this constituency, and it's very embarrassing for you to not know my name. It's very embarrassing for you to... He gave me I'm just sitting, smiling. You can't argue.
Yeah.
This is just sitting there, smiling, just looking at him. And then Twitter just went crazy. And I think that's when I started gaining haters on Twitter, because most people are like, oh, get this guy off air. Who does he think he is? Doesn't even know anything. He doesn't know even how to conduct an interview. His interview is shambolic. He's just weird. Just get him off air. KTN, what are you thinking? Yeah, weird. KTN, what are you thinking? I read all the tweets. And I just said, you know what? This is just one person among many. And from then, it was a lesson for me. So every time I go on set and if I have an interview, I have to interact. I must interact with the person that I'm going to interview. In fact, I make him or her feel at home, so much at home, he or she feels like he's talking to someone that they know. I think my best moment was the couple of times I've done an interview with Ruto, because this is a guy who takes over and rules the interview. But for me, what I try to do with him is just make him relaxed, give him a glass of water, tell him, joke with him, tell him, by the way, oh, we're taking a break, you've talked a lot. I actually remembered telling him that one time, we've talked a lot, drink your water, and then we'll be right back, then you can continue with this conversation. And when we took the break, he actually said it. He was like, oh, I never knew that TV interviewers tell their interviewees to relax. Hey, watch out on the basi nilipumzike. Wow. For him to say that, I even got comfortable with that interview. And I think for me, it's an interview that built me and made me, like doing interviews and stuff. Because I never used to like doing interviews. I really never used to like doing interviews. But after that, I think I grew my career and I grew my talent. And I think that's one of my best moments on TV.
Okay, you just talked about you talking to your guest before going on air.
Mm-hmm.
What is that one thing you have to do before going on air?
Breathe, drink a lot of water, do not eat, do not fumble, do not rehearse, do not over rehearse, do not cram your stuff, do not reenact what you're going to do.
Wait, why don't you eat before going on air?
Because something can happen. Something can happen on air and it will really mess your bulletin, it will really mess you, it will really mess your hour, it will really mess those 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes are crucial. A minute is very crucial on air. A second is also crucial on air. So before you go on air, you have to know, you have to read, you have to know what you're going to present on air. You really have to know what you're going to present on air. Many news anchors in Kenya have this one mistake. They read their scripts as if it's just a storybook. They don't internalize what they're reading. They don't make it their news. First, you have to make it your news. You have to, if I read this particular story, if I'm going to present a story about this phone, I have to know about the phone.
Do your research.
Do your research about the phone. Get to Google it. Get to read stuff that other people have talked about this phone. So when I go speak about the phone, I'm even confident when I'm talking about, oh, this is a Samsung S8. S8 has these features. This phone is different from this phone because it does this. You are confident.
Because you're sure of whatever you're saying.
Yes, you're showing off what you're saying and you're showing off what you know. And if you're showing off what you know, even your audience, even the person who's watching you, will understand and will be confident that this person, whatever he's telling me,
is the truth.
Is the truth. Even if it's false, even if I say, oh, S8 has a 64 megabytes, due something else, I've made up a lie, but someone will believe it because of how you're delivering it, how you're projecting yourself, how you're showing your confidence levels, how you're interacting with your audience. That's also one very important thing. We have to know how to interact with your audience. You have to know the people who are watching you. Do you talk to them the way you talk to your family, or do you talk to them the way you talk to your bosses or your peers or what? You have to know the people that you're talking to. If you do not know the people you're talking to, that's why you find so many people switching stations to find the person or the voice that really talks to me and they can connect. So those are the do's and don'ts when you're going on air. And one more thing, nervousness is and will always be there. So don't let it let you down. That's my greatest advice to those people who really want to be on air.
Okay. Your most cherished childhood moments?
Oh my God. Lake Nakuru National Park. We used to sneak into Lake Nakuru National Park every time. I think that's why I'm a nature person, because our estate was somehow close to Lake Nakuru National Park. So there's a way we used to sneak into the park. Thank God we were not eaten and mauled by wild animals, but there's just a way we, as a community from my area, from my estate, knew how to go to the national park and play around, and even go to the lodges there and yes, to the lodges and the camps. Oh my God, am I saying this? But yeah, so we used to sneak a lot, and tunarudi nyumbani na kichapo yenye tutapata. By the way, haikuwa mzuri sana, because our moms and our parents back then used to let us do stuff, but at the end of the day na jioni vita yenye tutapata ni
so pia ulichapwa.
Nilichapwa kwanza vibaya sana, but the only thing that was different with me, or this was just sort of a setback, was I was a sickly child. So I was nilikuwa na shida na tumbo yangu. I underwent so many operations.
What?
Yes, I underwent so many operations when I was young. The first operation that was done on me, I was 6 months old. Yeah, 6 months old.
6 months
old. Yes.
Is that even allowed?
Yes, 6 months old. It depends on the condition that you have, and my condition was abdominal, but it was taken care of. But after so many years of so many operations and so many sessions and processes, I think the last operation that was done on me was in class 7, just before we moved to Kiambu. So I spent most of my school in hospital. So, and I have scars to prove it. So yeah, I have scars on my body to prove it. So it's yeah, it may look glassy on the outside, but it's broken and fractured on the inside. And I've lived with it, and I've come to embrace it, and I've embraced it, and I'm living it.
Wow.
Everyone has a scar. It's just how you hide them. Yeah.
Okay. What is that one thing people don't know about Njoka? Apart from you being a good cook,
yeah.
which we are yet to cook.
Njoka is, like I say, playful. A very playful guy, but he doesn't look it. He's a very playful guy. He's a person who loves to travel. If I can get an opportunity to travel the whole year, I would. I just like traveling. I think I've busted my bubble on the coast thing. That's the only place. I think the only region I've never been to.
Because I'm wondering,
in
where
Kenya.
do you travel to? If you can't.
The other places I am huku watu Rift Valley huko, sijui Kisumu, Northeastern nini, coast sijaenda. Sijui kama ninaogopa joto ama nini, lakini I can't even explain why I have never gone to the coast.
Probably you should make it a resolution by
the
end of the year.
I think I will I keep making it my resolution every year, but I never, achieve it. I never do it, but I think I will do it. It's one of my bucket list. And one final thing, and this is to all the people who've been asking. Yes, I am a bachelor, and I'm a proud bachelor, and I would love and I would like, and I'm planning to stick to the bachelor side for the rest of my life.
Why?
I just...
That's so weird.
No, it's not weird. It's what you are. It's
Okay.
what you are.
Talking of that, this is a bit off.
Why?
Because there have been rumors.
Rumors that I'm gay.
Yeah.
And yes, I'll talk about it. Yes, I was. This is back in 2016.
Yeah.
2016. Some guy just decided, by the way, this time I'm going to get some money from this nigga who looks like he's so moneyed, and this uncle who looks like he's so flamboyant, and I'm really going to get money. So what does he do? He collaborates and corroborates with a friend and colleague in one of the universities here now in town,
Yeah.
forms a profile and gets all my pictures and gets a picture of the penis or something, I don't know, shares with friends, and then calls me. Where iko hii sijui nini nitapelekea blogs nini. By the time I was really neat, I never cared about blogs. Mi kitu nilikuwa najua tu kwa ghafla ghafla.co.ke, and people were so scared about ghafla. I was like, okay, whatever, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, because you know it's not true.
And I actually thought, this guy is playing with me.
Yeah.
It's a person I've never met. It's a guy I've never known. It's a person I've never even interacted with. Sounded very old. Sounded so Somali. I'm sorry. Sounded so Somali.
Yeah.
And he was so confident about it. He was like, by the way, if you do not give me my 60,000, I'm like, 60,000? Why? First of all, who are you?
Yeah.
Second, why am I giving you 60,000 for what? Ati mimi usiponipatia hiyo pesa, mimi naenda kukuanika. Na nitaenda kukuanika sijui kwa kina James, kwa Cyprian Nyakundi, sijui na ghafla na nini na nini. I was like, okay, cool. Took a recording of that I had with a girlfriend that I was fighting with. She was also involved.
What?
Yeah, so it's people, it was blackmail. Someone wanted to blackmail me, and they really wanted to get some cash off me, and I refused, and I will still refuse, and I'll still say it till today. If I'm gay, if I'm not gay, it is none of your concern.
Tell them.
No. If I'm gay, if I'm not gay, it is none of your concern. My concern is, and my biggest worry is, we let them, or we let him, and we all listened to him, and we took his side. I never spoke about it because there was nothing to speak about. I never told anybody about this because there was nothing to tell. I never shied away from it because there was nothing to be afraid of. Because again, at the end of the day, that was not me. And I'll say it again. And I'll say it again. And I'll say it again. That was not me. And my career was never to be destroyed by that weak bastard who thought that one Eric Njoka will fall. He's not fallen all these years, and he's not about to fall.
Because I remember, I was new, and after the whole issue, that night, you went on air.
Yeah, I actually went.
Because everyone thought, wait, this guy, with all this, there's no way you're going on air.
Oh, you know what? And I actually have to say it here, and I hope they will watch.
Yeah.
All the blogs and bloggers disliked this Eric Njoka. Instantly. I have no reason why. I don't know why till today. And what they did is they shut me off. You know, like even when PD tried to do a story about me and my life, they actually called, these same bloggers who were ignoring me, called PD to ask, mbona mnatetea huyo jamaa? Why are you trying to wash this scandal that he has? To me, that was not a scandal.
Yeah.
It is not a scandal.
Because you were never involved in the first place.
That's the thing. It is not a scandal, and I never took it in.
Yeah.
My bosses called me. They were concerned. They
Yeah.
asked me questions. They did ask me questions, and I answered them. I told them, you want to believe this guy? You go believe this guy. Look for this guy if you have to.
Yeah.
I want to go to the cops, but again, I don't want to go to the cops. Why should I go to the cops? And again, what are you going to tell the cops? That this guy is, even if, where do you start? So for me, I let it go.
Yeah.
I let it go. As hurtful as it was, it
Yeah.
still hurts me till today,
Yeah.
because I think the most embarrassing moment in my life off TV
Yeah.
was when I met a young boy in a hotel. And Kenyans, boy, I don't know. But I met a young boy in a hotel. I was just having my food, nilikuwa peke yangu. And this young boy comes, he just came, he was like, hi, have I seen you on TV? Hey, yeah. Probably, what's your name? Oh, my name is Tom. I see you on TV. I think I've seen you on TV on K24. I said, oh yeah, we have seen you on TV. The minute the mom saw the boy talking to me, you should have seen the rush.
What?
She ran. I just saw a woman running. Came around, grabbed him. Wacha kuongea na hao. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Okay. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Kasema, aya, mama nimekosea. Sema, wacha kuongelesha kijana wangu. Si kama wewe. I'm like, okay. I didn't get it. I did not get it and didn't understand. But they were seated 2 tables away from me. So she continued shouting, saying, no, by the apana, he's gay. Everyone knows he's gay. What? Everyone knows he's gay. Ebu search his name kwa online sahi. End of search jina yake kwa online sahi. And that was the first time I met reality. Like, this was real. This was happening. As in, this was outright discrimination. This was outright berating. This was outright hate. And I was like, okay, fine, let me deal with it. Watch out, I'm in the end online. I had never gone online to search to do my name, because my friends used to tell me, you know, search jina yako, the first thing that comes on online is that scandal and stuff. So you can search. Like, okay, fine. Since you can't remove it online, let it just stay.
Yeah.
But I actually felt for that boy, because I didn't feel for me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel smart about what she was saying. I just felt for the boy, and I kept looking at the boy, because the boy kept staring. What is being gay? What is?
Yeah.
Then when I was done with my food, I just went and went, hey Tom, Sasa, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I like on K24. And I think the mom felt some sort of thing, and you know, kwanza alikuwa amekasirika. I think the friend is now the one who told her, hey, by the way, venye umefanya sio poa. So as I was going down, she ran with the kid. Sema pole, nini, najua mimi sijazoea watu kama hao, sijafanya nini, and I don't want my son to be that. That's why I ran to him. But pole, I never meant anything. I forgave them. But at the back of my mind, I was like, how many?
Because I'm wondering, do you still face that?
I do face that. I face that still today, because there are people who would meet me and ask me, oh, was that story true? And I really don't want to talk about it. Or was that story true?
Because it's so uncomfortable having to talk about it over and over.
And like we say, the internet never forgets. And I think we've made it that way. So that's why I never wanted it to be removed. It's okay. It's part of my life growing up. It's part of my story. It made it a story. And people know me, even if they don't know me for the good things. Probably that is okay. So I just say, and I tell myself, let it just stick there. Let them just watch and whatever. because I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against the straight people. I have nothing against transsexual people. They live their lives. They really do not care what other people think. And if you think I'm gay, think I'm transsexual, you think I am this, that's you. I am me, and I know who I am. So I don't have to tell you who I am for you to like me, for you to love me, and for you to always think that, oh, celebrities are this, celebrities are that, or if you're on TV, you're supposed to be this way. No, my character is my character. I will never change it for somebody else.
You just talked about you being a bachelor and you have no intentions.
Yeah, I'm sticking to that.
I follow you on Instagram and I have seen a couple of photos with some beautiful ladies.
Oh, my asthma. My asthma is my best friend.
There's nothing more than
No.
friends.
My asthma is my very, very good friends. And by the way, I think I spent more time with asthma and Riyadh. Those are my two close friends. They're my two closest friends. They're my two best friends. So I spend time with them so I can mess around with them, and I can mess around with the internet and mess around with social media by using their pictures and pretending that she's my girlfriend.
Okay, you've had Njoka has no plans of getting married anytime soon or in the future.
But I want a child.
We are waiting to see how that goes.
I want a baby though. Story for another day.
Alright. Thank you so much, Njoka, for
You're welcome.
telling us who you are off air. We hope probably you're going to do this again.
Yeah. No, it's good. I liked it, and thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
And have more of this
Yeah.
and more of these conversations, because I feel people have stories. So let them tell their story, and this was my story.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.